Hello and welcome back to another video. Yeah, this is the licenses. It's going to be like a five-part series I'm going to do because this is something that is major on the previous Gran Turismos. I think Gran Turismos, I have not played any of them, but this is actually interesting. So it's like kind of like a career mode. So like you get a driver license or special license at the end. So just for just for I think you need it for most of the races. I'm not really sure, but anyway, it's just like a compilation of tests on how like various cars perform, or like how different corners should be taken with different cars. So it's just a kind of a test, and it's good. So we're gonna start off with the national B. Sol is here, one of those Gran Turismo drivers in the North American region. So they usually have this competition with drivers all over the world who do the best. So yeah, so the first one is just a regular high speed, like just a start to stop. So which is not really that much, but it just depends on how well you are at stopping and accelerating off the line and stopping. So just you see the best pass one of my friends was 20.2, right? I think I saw that right. So the first try I did, was late with the throttle, and look, I shifted early, so didn't have the best throttle or like launch off the start. So which we need to improve on that on the next one, because this one for sure, as well as braking, I braked a little bit too early, kind of, but still good. Still, I got a 20.97, but we need to get below 20.5 so that we can get a gold trophy. And we had to go again, put all the traction control to zero, and then rev it out until we get maximum traction, and then we can shift to second. I over revved it a little bit too there, so it's not really that bad. Didn't hurt my launch as much, and we continue. We're going to look for the double cones there, and then a little bit too late again, but still made a 20.3. So still high on on my friend's leaderboard. But I know for sure we're going to have a kind of a live stream, but much later, like in a year, just to revisit everything if we can do better. So it was just for we were supposed to go back to the cafe there, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna finish up with all of this, and then we'll go back and continue with the career, so that we just kind of like skip uh, later how can I put this, later accesses to the licenses. But anyway, this is another one. We're gonna use the Mitsubishi GTO, first car, same license, I think. Yeah, and I'm thinking about the word. I can't think about it right now. But anyway, I'll remember it. So stopping a little bit too early, because as I say, I just had to accelerate again and get uh, into the checkered area, so that we can need to stop. I made a bronze, so that isn't really that great. But anyway, here we go. We're going to continue, and we're going to retry the event again. So here we are, starting off, traction control off, on the throttle completely to the red line to 7,000 rpm, again shifting on up to third, and I'm going to look again for the double cones a little bit too later, but still enough to stop just in time for 16.3, just getting the gold. So it is good. It is fun. It is fun driving. So it's not really fast cars, but it's kind of technical in some. Later we're gonna be. I'm going to be trying to restart. I'm going to retrying a lot, because most in the international A and international B, there are really tricky circuits, like technical sections of the track that are given. But this one is easy, just revving out in second gear. The engine is really liking that. The pistons are really really enjoying the high revs. But anyway, easy, 40.6. Some of these were really easy. So going into the second one, the same portion of the track. It's the same corner, but with the first car, the Audi TT Quattro Coupe 3.2. So Here we go. Start off. This was a little bit tricky because I had to shift down because this is a Foster car and it's front wheel driven and it has a lot of understeer, which, as you see here, sent me into the grass and I had to retry it. I did try it again like 2-3 times. You see there, my ghost finishing ahead of me. I did a 11.7, but I remember this is Gran Turismo. You need to abuse the curb, so abuse the curb there and on the way out as well, so that you can get maximum acceleration. I may say. So I ended up doing 11.6, which gives me a gold trophy. And moving on to Tsukuba, which is a slower car. So this is a consecutive three corners, 3 corners consecutively. Yeah, so 2 corners. Yeah. So the first one, this here, you need to take most of the curb. I forgot to shift up for some reason, and using most the inner side, the left side of the track, so that you can get less time. You see there, it just made, it was just close to goal, like 13.278. So I need to just do a 13 flat, will be great. So I try to go again, shift up this time, and use most of the curb, no lift. And because this is not really a fast car, so you can use most of it's hard for you to spin out, which is actually very easy with these cars. But anyway, ended up with the 12.990, just below 13. And moving on to the same track, same section of the track, but with the faster car, the Z, which was a little bit tricky because it's a much more powerful car, and still the same section, of which that section right there is kind of angulated because where it's kind of banked a little bit. So yeah, the first try, it was a lesson. As I say, I got onto the power like really like straightforward, just foot to the floor, and ended up spinning up. So I needed to control my throttle input, and I was feeling a little bit stressed out here because it's not like Gran Turismo 7 where it's not as easy as much to spin out these cars. And they say it's here going through the line sideways, 11.6. So I'm really slow there, and I needed to go again. So right now in traction control number 2, so just because it's really, this car is really slidey a lot, and ended up making 11.005, just 5 thousandths of a second slower. But anyway, we're gonna try again for the last time. So because I already knew what I needed to do, just control my throttle input right here, use most of the curb, and then move on to the left side to get the less run to the line, I might say. And I ended up just doing 10.9. So not that bad, but we could do better. I know we could do better. And here, going in for Trial Mountain, I think this was the major, like, old school track. So I've never been here. It's my first time driving on this track. So, and again, it is remodeled. So even the OG people who've been playing Gran Turismo from way back had kind of it easier. As I spin out right here, as I say, the physics of this game are like remodeled completely. So like how cars handled in GT7 is a bit different from how they handled in GT Sport is different how they handle in GT7. So yeah, here a little bit slower, not that much, but 18.1. So I need to make a 17.9, which was really tricky for this corner because it's again banked. If you get on the throttle too early, you end up spinning, and that's not what we want. So looking for the marker, the tree, just a big tree just before the yellow location point. There you need to place your car. Almost lost it there a little bit, managed to hold it, but just a tiny smidge of the gold trophy. So we had to go again. So I knew, like, I instead of going in deep to the left side to like save on track time, I just had to like running it outright so that we can have a good exit input, or like good exit speed, as you see there, moving onto the outside, and ended up making a 17.8. So as in the other record, I had a little bit of an incident which cost me a little bit of like actually 200 tens. So there we go. Moving on to the eighth one, which we're moving actually quickly on this because I did record this like in 30 minutes or something because it is national beats, kind of easy, kind of hard, so it's in between. Mostly on the easy part, as you see, it's just simple corners. They're in Mount Panorama with the Evo 6, going through easy with a just one time take. Some of these were one time takes, some of these were three, as most of them were two times takes. So as again, this one was two times take because I did went go wide in the final corner and lost a little bit of time there. So here we go. We use most of the curb there because it is dragon tails. They have big curves, but they're manageable. You can, as here, I went a little bit too wide. You're supposed to go in, like take up most of that curb, but I ended up not doing it and ended up losing just 0.84 seconds. 0.084 seconds of the gold trophy, and I had to go again. So that using that card gives you a better run off to from that corner, like speed wise, and actually as well as angular. See there already my ghost is way behind, so ended up 17.4, 110s quicker, so better than none. So all of them B1 to B6, they're all done. So B9, sorry. So next up is D10, your final exam, you pass this, your license is yours. And it's just a big section of Tsukuba circuit, which is better than it's good, I might say. I thought it's supposed to be like in the previous one, you like take a whole lap, so like in GT Sport, sorry. But anyway, here we continue. We're going to start off. It's going to be a little bit tricky because it's a Renault. It's a quicker car, front driven, front engine, so you might get it better on the corners, like the exit speed or something like that, because the engine is on the front, so the weight is on the tires. We might experience some understeer, as you can see here, a little bit too wide, but still managed to handle it. Go through here, carried a little bit more speed than expected, a little bit early on the throttle, and ended up into the grass. So we need to retry that. We need to just be patient, a little bit too patient on the throttle, and for sure we will get a better gold performance, gold trophy. Yeah, as I say, using most of the carb so that you can have a good entry into this hairpin right here. A little bit too wide, but it's okay. Revving out on the second gear, we're switching out to third here. Just a little bit of a brake, patient on the throttle, using most of the going for the late point on the track, and ended up with a 25.1. So good. It was easy. As for me, because it was trying to get into terms with most of the cars, and was okay. So not that bad. Let's see, the daily workout is still there, but you're not getting cars in the beginning of this. We're not getting like in GT Sport we used to get cars, like repeated cars. So here they're going to be giving tickets, like free tickets or something like that. So we're gonna expect that later, because I recorded this one like on a week ago, just having been busy with work and shit. But anyway, here we go. Congratulations, the National B license, gifted the Renault Clio S. Not that much on the points, collector points, 32 points only. And since that we got the bronze, and since we got all of them in gold, we're gonna have the Mitsubishi GTO coming in for the win, for the W, for all the gold trophies. And hope you did enjoy this video. It's a little bit chill. It's going to get more hectic in the coming ones, because it gets harder for sure on most of the like international race A, international license B, international license A, and the super license. So moving on to the next episode, we're going to be going for the national A. Lopez here, another competitor driver from Spain, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky, because the more you go up the license, the more hard most of the challenges will be. That's the word I was looking for earlier. But anyway, hope you did enjoy this video. Press a like if you like, and yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.